Spot World, it's your boy Ab. Today we have the 67th greatest song of all time. Bob Dylan, Tangled Up in Blue. Let's get into it. Yes, sir.
Early one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on the docks at night, both agreeing it was best. And she turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, so I lucky with a be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. And later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in back of my chair. I said, Timmy, don't I know your name? I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit, felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe, tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like a silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul. But me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with him on Montague Street, a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And when it finally, the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. So now I'm going back again, I got to get to her somehow. All the people we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point.
Man, oh man, number 67 on our top 308 list, Bob Dylan, Tangled Up in Blue. This is a song I could tell was a hit off of first listen. No questions, no doubts. Usually, sometimes, not usually, but sometimes, I'm like, guys, what was the impact of this song when it dropped? Maybe it's going over my head right now, but this song right here, I could just tell. When Bob Dylan played this, everybody was in the zone listening. Wow. This is a good vibe, and I know just listening to it live, for anyone that's ever seen this live, it was probably such an experience. An experience you didn't have your cell phone to record. You just had to be there in the moment and absorb it. Yes, Bob Dylan, this right here, I know he was just talking about life experience and putting it onto the recording, and it sounded so good. The instrument sounded so good. That harmonica was sounding so perfect. How do you play the harmonica again? Do you go like... Alright, sorry. Guys, let me know if you think this song should be higher or lower on the list than 67. We're really getting up there. I can see why this is at 67 though. If you have any thoughts, opinions, hot takes from this song, memories, let me know in the comments. I would definitely appreciate that. Make sure to go check out the rest of the top 308 playlist. Great songs on there. Feel free to join the Patreon. It is free early access on some videos on there. I appreciate y'all so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.